Hello and welcome back to the library. Today I want to be sharing my October reads. I read 5 books this month and it was honestly a pretty mediocre reading month. I was a little disappointed for the sole fact that this was my favorite month, my favorite holiday, and I was really hoping the books would add to that, and it was a rough reading month. So we'll jump right into that in just a minute. My mom was going through my brother and I's stuff now that we've moved out and we aren't at home anymore. And she is moving on to a new chapter, so she's just kind of like going through everything. And she found my Madeline book. It has the complete tales of 6 of the stories. And this book was given to me when I was really, really little. I don't know if it was like given to me at birth or if it was like a first or second birthday gift, but I am named after Madeline, and it was always one of my favorite stories to read growing up. It was my favorite movie to watch. We had it on VHS, and I probably watched it 50,000 times. But I'm really, really happy that she found this and held on to it, and now I can put it on my classics shelf with the rest of my books. So I was just super happy to get this. I have the dust jacket too. I just don't like dust jackets. I will keep it because it's a classic, but I don't normally like my dust jackets. What is currently checked out is Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. I'm 90 pages into it. Not gonna lie, this has taken me a while to get into for the sole fact that it's written in the third person. I am used to my thrillers being written in first person. I don't know if I'd classify this as a thriller so far, though. I feel like it's more thriller, suspense, horror. But I'm enjoying it so far, other than the fact it's taking me a little bit to get into it. So I'll have full thoughts on this at the end of the month in my November wrap-up. Okay, let's dive in. So far this year, this is my most disappointing reading month. And I hate to say that because I had some high hopes for some of these books, so let's get into it. The first one I read this month in October was The Deep by Nick Cutter. This book is about a anomaly plague that is wiping out humanity called the Gets. The Gets, it makes people forget. Starts with, I don't know where I put my car keys. I guess I forgot to lock the door, to I don't know how to drive. I don't know how to eat on my own. I don't know how to do anything except be a mindless zombie, to eventually the body forgets how to function. It is fatal, and there's no cure, there's no treatment, there's nothing to slow the progress, it just happens. There's also no telling who is going to get it. It seems just kind of random. Not everyone can get it, but nobody knows why other people seem to be immune to it. Off the coast of the Pacific, 8 miles under sea level, or 8 miles under the surface of the ocean, there is a small research team who is studying the specimen that they have called ambrosia, who seems to potentially be a cure-all for everything that can save them from the Gets. Luke, our main character, is called and says, "Hey, your brother called and asked for you, but we've lost all communication with them. We have no idea what's going on. Will you come and see if you can help us?" And so Luke says, "Yes, I will," even though he doesn't have a great relationship with his brother and he doesn't understand why his brother would call him. They go down, him and this escort go down to the laboratory, and they realize that things are maybe more dire than they originally thought. And the ambrosia may not be the cure-all that they were led to believe. This book, the atmosphere, the feelings it makes you feel, it's claustrophobic. It gives you a fear of being crushed by the pressure of the ocean because you are in this man-made, specially designed laboratory that's creaking and bowing, and it literally feels like you can be crushed at any minute if anything bursts. I enjoyed this atmosphere so much. The only reason I didn't love it is because I did not like the ending. I thought the ending was a little too out there. I didn't think it really flowed with the story. And it's probably a me thing, but I just did not like it. I did also, there's another part that is our main character is a veterinarian, and there is talk of euthanasia, but the facts behind it aren't right, and that bothers me because I'm in vet med and I deal with it every day. So that bothered me. This was a 3.5 star. It would have been higher, but I didn't like the ending, and that one portion of the book about euthanasia bothered me. So other than that, it was fine. The Troop is still my favorite book by him. I really love his writing, though, so I'm definitely not done with this author at all. Next on the list, I finished the ACOTAR series. I read A Court of Silver Flame by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 5th book in the series. I had to take a break in between, and I probably should have taken breaks in between all the books instead of reading the first 3 in September and then the last one in October. This book is about Nesta, which is Feyre's sister, and Cassian, which is basically Rhysand's brother by choice. And I cannot stand Nesta as a character. The writing, beautiful. The character development, amazing. I don't like Nesta. I think she is a little whiny baby, and she needs to get her act together. The only caveat that I have to this series that I'm not a fan of is its build up, conflict resolution. 80% of the book is build up and planning and all this stuff that could go wrong. And then you get 10% conflict, 10% resolution. And I don't like that. But again, that's just a me thing also. This also may be a theme in romantasy, so I don't know. She has 2 more series, though, that are currently out. And I do want to read those. And I will eventually buy this series for my shelf because I do think it is one I want to read again. If I was just basing off the book alone, it would be a 3.5 stars just because I don't like the main character. But it's a 4-star because I love the series overall. Okay, I felt myself getting into a reading slump after A Court of Silver Flame. So I picked up a thriller off of my Halloween TBR. The Last Party by A.R. Torre. This book is about our main character named Perla, who becomes obsessed with Leewood Fulcrum, who is incarcerated 23 years prior for confessing to murdering his young daughter and 3 girls at a sleepover for the daughter's 12th birthday party. Perla becomes obsessed and wants to recreate it with her daughter, whose birthday is coming up to turn 12. So you're following her descent into madness and her reasoning behind it and all of this stuff. This should have been a 5-star read for me, but I knew what was going to happen. I saw everything coming. There weren't any twists. Even the twist at the end didn't catch me off guard. This was a 3.5-star middle of the road book for me. I'm going to let my mom read it, and then after that it will go to either one of my aunts to read or just be taken to half-price books so I can get some credit towards other books on my TBR that I would like to buy. Our book club book of the month at work was Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. We were going to read the book and then go watch the movie for book club and discuss and find out what we liked and didn't like. This is about our main character, Morgan, who got pregnant at 17 and had her daughter, Clara. And Morgan is pregnant at 17, has the daughter, Clara. This book takes place 17 years later when Clara is 16 going on 17. And Morgan has married her high school sweetheart, and they have a whole life together. A tragedy hits. I'm trying not to spoil it. A tragedy hits, And this book is following Morgan and Clara dealing with the tragedy and dealing with all the secrets that have come to light because of this tragedy. I really enjoyed this book for what it was. I thought it was very well done. I think my opinion, like which character I relate to most during this tragedy, I think it'd be interesting to reread this when my son gets a little older and kind of see if my thoughts change on who I relate with more. But I thought this book was fantastic. This was a 4-star read for me. Not my favorite by her, but I thought it was really good. The movie I thought was really good too. I thought it was cheesy, but I thought overall it was really well done adaptation. I was not a fan of It Ends With Us, the movie. In fact, the movie put me in a 2-week reading slump, but I really loved the book. I definitely thought this movie was better than that one. Okay, guys, this is my biggest disappointment this month. The biggest. I was so upset when I wanted to DNF halfway through. The only reason I didn't is I don't DNF books that I paid money for. Or if somebody else paid money for it, I don't DNF it. I DNF if I am loaning a book from a friend or loaning a book from the library. That's it. Other than that, I'm not wasting my money. Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. I gotta remember our main character's name. Our main character is Bella, and she is 8 years old, and she lives with her mom and dad, and this entity in her closet that she calls Other Mother, or Other Mommy. And Other Mommy comes out every night of her closet and asks if she can go into Bella's heart. And Bella has said no, but Other Mommy is becoming more and more persistent, and Bella is afraid that bad things are going to happen if she doesn't allow Other Mommy to come into her heart. You're following the whole thing is told from Bella's point of view. I love the idea of a horror book coming from the perspective of a child. It needs to be written from the perspective of said age range. Every adult in this book talks to Bella like she is 5, like she doesn't know what's going on, like she is just a little kid who can't know anything. And then Bella will turn around and have complete thought process that you would expect from like a 10 to 13-year-old kid, but she talks in a different age altogether. The bouncing around of the age feeling bothered me so much. I could not handle it. The parents were so ridiculous. I could not stand the parents. The mom specifically. I liked the dad. I thought the dad was very well written. I thought the dynamic between Bella and her dad was phenomenal. I really liked how dad was written. I did not like the overall tone of the book. All I can say was a fast read, and I've decided that Josh Mallerman is not for me. This is the second book by him that I did not enjoy. I did not like the ending of this book. The character wasn't even described, or the creature was not even described very well. You got no backstory. It was all so ambiguous, and I love an ambiguous book. I really do, but you have to give more than there's a creature in the closet. She wants to come into her heart, and then the internal struggle of an 8-year-old who is speaking like she's 5, is being talked to like she's 5, but having internal thought processes of a young teenager. Like, I could not. So Josh Mallerman is not for me. This is a 3-star book because I'm generous. Honestly, I'd probably rate it lower than that at a 2-star. But this was such a disappointing read. I bought this last year, didn't get around to it last year, and I was super excited to read it this year, and it did not hit. I was so mad. This could have been so, so good, and it wasn't, in my opinion. So those are my 5 books of November or October. We are currently in November. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'm here every week to talk with you guys about books. If you've read any of these books, have any thoughts or opinions, even if they're different than mine, I would love to hear them. And I will see you guys in the next video. Also, just want to leave a caveat. I know you can see this bruise. I don't know how well. I was donkey kicked in the face by a dog at work on Wednesday, and the bruise just hasn't gone away. So just want to let you know, because I know you can see it, and I just want it to be known. It was a dog that did not want his nails trimmed that kicked me in the face. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you all had a very safe and happy Halloween, and I'm excited to see what November brings for us. Bye!